guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today I thought we would use up scraps. So scrap paper, and I have had a little rummage and I found this bag of lots of little tiny scrap pieces, which I think I just sort of like cleared things up, but I found it and I thought they would do perfect. So I'm sure all of us have got little bags of scrap fabric everywhere. So I thought I'd use those up today. I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Oops. I'm going to make a little, it's sort of like a little folio made with scrap paper, with all your little scraps, leftovers, and little bits of embellishment, little fabric embellishment. So, and then this one, I had one of my little toadstools that I made yesterday, which I think they're just so cute. Love them. I've done a different one here, which is got some other little bits, but I want to sort of like focus on more of an autumny feel on the next one. Excuse me, I've got croaky throat again. So I'm just going to show you inside. This is very, very simple to do. We've got like a little spine down here, little dingly danglies. I put a little eyelet in there. Beautiful butterfly. A lot of the ephemera that I will put inside will be from my Encyclopedia papers, and I've got a new one out which I'll show you in a minute. I've cut them all out. It's the autumn one and it's beautiful. Love them. So this has just got the butterfly, so we've got little pockets, we've got little fussy cut there, this just tucks in, a little bit of cheesecloth, a little flower. This is like a little double corner pocket, so this has got a little tuck spot in there, another little tuck spot there. This I've just got a little bit of ephemera on there. This comes out, that's a little butterfly one. All these little bits, that's all sorts of lovely little bits that go in here. This one, this one is smaller than the other one that I've done. But this is lovely. So we got like, this has just got like 3 pieces of scrap paper in it, and it makes this lovely little sort of like folio on here. Little butterfly with some sort of like gems on there, which is lovely, and a little bit of seam binding. Not sure whether I will be sewing on this one. This one is slightly bigger, and this has got sort of like an elastic bit on it, so I'll show you that in a sec. So these are all, this is a piece of seam binding that I found in the bag, which is lovely. So I've used on here the leftover ones from my pansy and rose papers. So this was in the little bag of bits and pieces. This fabric was in there, so I've made a little corner pocket with that. Pop some little bits of ephemera. This flips over like that, so that's another little bit. So this has got a spine on here, and I think I've got a few sort of like four pieces of paper that I put in there, so I'll show you how we make it. Do apologise for my voice. So I've got a little pansy in there, and just pop that in there. This one is sort of like little layered up paper, and then I've got a little tuck spot in there that folds over. This is just an extra little bit on there, which I've got a little flap, got a little pocket on here like that. Oh, I've got one of my little ladies on there, which is lovely. Haven't used those for a long time. This is another little tuck on there. Flip that over, and then in the middle I've got like a little booklet. I probably will sew, because I did sew this one. So I've just got a little bit of elastic in there, and this is just scrap paper, which I've just layered up, and I just sewed down that little middle bit like that and folded up, so it's got a little journaling spot in there. And then I've got a little bit of elastic, and then we just pop that back in there. So when you've written in that, or filled that up, you can just take that off, pop it away, and then make a new one to go in there. This is a little pocket with a little journaling cards in, which are lovely. So all of these bits of trim came out of my little scrap bag there. This one is fab. Look at this one. This has got a tiny little pocket there. So what I did, I just concertinaed up a piece of paper like that, popped a bit of card on there, and popped that in that pocket. So we've got a nice journaling spot. And then a little bit of ephemera in there as well. This one has a little double pocket, not double pocket, little pocket in there with a couple of little journaling spots. This is a little flap, and I just popped a little bit of fabric on there, which I think looks lovely. This is a little pocket here in there. So it's amazing what you can do with your scrap papers and making little pockets. So I want to do some sort of like different little pockets and show you how to do them today. And that's got a little bit of pansies in there and a little journaling card. And then I just popped down a little bit of coffee stained lace down the side. So doesn't that look lovely? And then I just popped 2 little eyelets, and I've just tied this onto the piece of elastic. The elastic I'm using is, where is it? This one. It is very thin. This is 1mm elastic. It says 1mm by 6 meters. So that's just a very thin elastic, which is quite nice. And then I've just popped that on. So I shall show you what we are going to do, or how to make this. It's a really nice, fun project to use up your scraps, and it's something that's quite quick and easy to do. Right. These are bits. Obviously I'm not going to use all of them, but I've got a selection of things. There's envelopes, bits that have been on my table, bits of paper that I think would fit into a autumnal style journal, or colours. So we know that sort of like coffee stained and tea stained paper will go in, and sort of like music paper and things like that. So all of this is definitely, well, you know, the right colours like that. So, and then I've just picked up sort of like bits that I had on here. That's not bad. These are sort of, that's not too bad. Josh, I mean, I won't have this one. These are good. So just go through, that's a piece of card. And these little bits, all of these I think are sort of, will go into an autumn style. Like this. This is a piece. What's that? That's a little bit. That will go in. All of these bits. Some of them are white on the back, and I'm not a fan of white on the back. I'm not sure about those. That is definitely in autumn colours. This is, yeah, we could pop that in. It's a bit of rose. We don't want that one. Or we've got some lovely sunflowers. They will go in. Oh, that's pretty good. That will go in. These bits will go in. And then these bits are left over from my pouch that I made the other day. That one, that's sort of autumny colours, isn't it? These are lovely. What about that one? Not sure about that one. That little bit can. And then, oh, what's that? A little bit of, well, maybe we could use that, but it's not really scrap, is it? Okay, so we shall start off. Well, let me just show you. I've got my little pot here, which I've just put some of my Encyclopedia ephemera in, just so I've got it to hand and I can use, you know, I can have a look at it. So this is the new one that came out, which I will fill the little journal up in a minute. I did do a quick flip through on Instagram. I think it went on to Facebook as well. So these are just beautiful. Like I said, I've already cut them out. And these are lovely size to go into the journal. So they've got all these lovely bits like that. And these Encyclopedia ones are fab because it's like the conkers. It tells you all about the conker, the sweet potato and the acorn on here. And then we've got the squash family. It tells you all about that. And then we've got some little like harvest festival and the apple harvest. We've got a nice big dandelion. Do you know what I mean? It tells you all about the pine cone and cider vinegar and pumpkins, and so it's really sort of like quite knowledgeable. And then this one, which I like, is Thanksgiving dinner, and that sort of like makes a really nice sort of like little booklet. So I'm absolutely loving these. Autumn stew, do you know what I mean? And fall and autumn and cranberries. Love it. Harvest festivals and things like that. So these are lovely. They're very, very good. So these are the little ones that I will probably use to fill this journal. So I thought I'd just show you those. Now, oh, actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick something to go on the front. Let's have a little look. Shall we have fall? Should we do that one? I quite like the apples. I think we'll have this one to go on the front. Then we can just gauge how big we want it. Oh, and we've got this as well. If you're a Ko-fi member, this will be in the Ko-fi. This is your freebie for this week, and that's for the one-off and the monthly supporters. So that is beautiful. I love it, and that would make a beautiful journal cover, wouldn't it? I just think that is gorgeous, so I would definitely use that. But that's not in our scrap pile. But I know this isn't in our scrap pile, but I just wanted something to go on the front. Now we need to make a front cover. So this is quite nice, isn't it? Do you think that's going to fit? I think we need to as well make the pages bigger. So I'm going to show you how you can make it a little bit bigger. They're not quite big enough. This one is the biggest. So let's just make this a little bit bigger by adding another section of paper. Don't want that one, unless I use this one. What's that? That's not bad, is it? Shall we use this as the front? Let's use this one. But I will show you in a minute how we can make papers bigger. I think I've done this with you before, showing you how to do that. But that will be the size. Let's just tear that down like this. I'm going to just take this little end bit off as well. Just like that. I'm going to leave that bit, because we can probably just sort of like turn this over. I want this, actually I'm going to add to that and then turn it over, because I want this to be a little bit bigger. Okay, so I've done that. Now I want a little sort of like spine in here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to ink this, because this is the easiest way to see. So I'm just going to ink that. Now, depending on how many sheets of paper you want to put in this, so say I want to put another one, and then we put this one over the top, and maybe this one in there like that. You'll get the idea in a moment. We've got other papers in here. I think I use these as sort of like add-ons, like this. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what we need to do, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. So we want like a little spine like that. So I'm just going to fold that up so it's giving me a little spine like this. And I'm going to ink that again, because it makes it a lot easier in a minute when you're building this up. So what we're going to do, put one of these in. These are just sort of plain on the back, so it doesn't matter. You don't have to have it perfectly straight, do you know what I mean, or level. I think I might just have it like that. And then I want to make this just a fraction smaller than the spine on the inside, on the other side, or the outer one, I mean. So I'm going to fold that where I've just bent that, and then fold that where I've bent that, because what we're going to be doing is sticking this bit into there like that. And obviously we want them to fold up, so we want a little bit of, you know, we don't want them all exactly the same. So we can either do it this way or this way. Now I think this way. And then again, I'm going to ink it because we need to be able to see the lines. So try not to think about what you're putting on top of the other one, because I think that's the fun of it. Now you can have it high up, you can have it low down, doesn't really matter, but I'm going to just stick them on as I go so that I know what order they go in, using a little bit of tacky glue. So this is just fun, so just have fun with your scrap paper. Now you don't have to use scrap paper, you can use whatever you like, depending on, you know, if you want to make it really nice. You don't have to use the scrap paper, but do you see what I mean? So these just fold up like that, and it's so fun to do. So that one can go on there like that. We will take another piece, do you know what I mean, and make that go this way. So let's just fold that over a little bit further. Let's fold that over like that. And I think maybe we'll have it going this way this time. Just so the plain bit is in the middle or facing up. So then this needs to go in the middle of that one. You know what I mean. So it needs to just be made a little bit smaller. Just can you see, you can see that little line going down through there, hopefully. So each one, when you fold it, will be slightly smaller. Now, if you're a measurer, if you like to be accurate and measure things, then just make these sort of like a little millimetre smaller on each one that you fold. But I'm just going to eyeball it, I think, because this is the fun of it. I think just sticking them on. Oh no, I was going this way, wasn't I? Now that can go right up to the top. And I'm going to stick that down. Look at this. Just make sure it runs along, just a little bit along that line. We can come in just a fraction. There we go. So when we close it, like that, that opens up, and then these just keep folding over. And then you get that sort of like little booklet look. Right, we could put one of these in, couldn't we? Put that in like that. Tear this down. Do we want that top bit? Could actually make that go all the way. Like that, couldn't we? Fold that down. Do we want it sort of this way? And then I need to fold this. Doesn't really matter which way I fold this one. Like that. I'm going to add, oh, let's just fold this a bit. Ink this little bit. Then I need to make sure we want to just bend that, but doing it this way I can see, whoops, that line there, and then just bend that like that and fold that. Which way did that go? This way, wasn't it? Then I'm going to ink this side. I think that might be enough because I want to, which way was I going? This way, wasn't it? Pop this in the middle of there. Or should we have one more? Let's see. It's just that I want to be able to pop a little eyelet in there. So I don't want this to be too small. Oops, which way should we do that? Like that. So that's got to fit in between there. And this one. Oops, I just moved it. There we go. Oops, I don't think I did that very level. But that's okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, and that's the 4th. So I think we might be able to, should we squeeze another one in? Because that's fun. I do like these. I do like doing this. What should we have? Which one haven't we had? This lovely red one. Let's go. So that can be our inside one. Fold that like that. Fold this over. We'll have this lovely red in the middle. Fold that there. Hold that down. And then just pull that against your ruler. Like that. Perfect. Rub that along there. And then we can see. I'm going to leave this because I might just fold that in. Like that. Whether I'll have that going round the back, I'm not sure which way to do that, because we're going to have paper in the middle here, so then this could be just a little sort of pull out, or a little, let's fold that over again, so we could have a pocket there and a little sort of tuck spot there, can't we? Okay, let's just ink this. So again, I'm just making this up as I go along, because I find that's the easiest way for me to work, to show you how it's done, than having to try and figure out how I've done it, if you know what I mean, if I want to make another one, because all of these things will be different each time you do them, which is a nice thing, because you don't want to have to keep repeating yourself making the same thing over and over again. Well, I don't like doing that. I like to do different things. I'll go around and ink everything up in a second, but let's just stick this one down. Let's get some glue. Look at all the paper I've got. All that paper I pulled out. We're not going to use half of it. So again, you can make bigger journals, folios, whatever you like to call them. Where should we have this? Should we just have that just slightly lower? Like that. Hold that down. Just make sure each thing will fold over again, like that. Let's fold that in. Like that. So look at that. That's really lovely, isn't it? Really super, super simple. And then we just get to embellish the pages. Pop in little pockets and everything in there. Such a great way to use up scraps, which we love to do. Okay, I'm going to glue this little bit down. Let's glue this bit. A little bit on there. Again, you can sew. You could, before you put them all in, you could sew them all. Pop a little bit. But I think it's just quite nice just to go with it. These make lovely little gifts, don't they? Or somewhere to pop your little bits of ephemera that you want to use in another one. Or you could put this inside a journal with ephemera bits in there. Okay, that's lovely. Now I do want to do something with these outside pages because that's quite floppy. So I might stick, I do like these, might actually stick that on top. Because I like that. That's a bit too thin, I think. And then I'm quite liking it sticking out actually. Right, I'm going to glue this on. What shall I use? I'm going to use a little bit of glue stick in the middle. This lovely purple one. Like that. And then a bit of tacky glue around the outside. Just to sort of strengthen it a little bit. Pop that on. There we go. Turn that over and then let's just rip that little bit off. Do you know, I'm going to turn this around the back and just glue that down like that. And that gives that back a nice little something on the back. Doesn't need to be cut off. Because if I cut it off, we're going to end up with another little scrap piece of paper. So we might as well just fold it over and stick it on there. So then look, you can see that lovely little sort of like rosy bit going down the side. Shall we do the same? Oh, I do like that paper, that's lovely. So we've got this bit. Oh, actually we could just make a pocket in there, couldn't we? That would be quite nice. That's a good idea. That's what we shall do. Let's just ink this edgy bit. Like that. Make a little pocket. Should we, do you think we should? And I'm going to fold that over like the same. Let's just do that like that. Slide that on. That could be the front. Now, oh, there it is. This can go on there. I might actually sort of almost like collage the bits with some bits that we've got left over, which is quite nice, isn't it? So I'm going to leave that piece on there as well. So let's glue this little bit down. That can go like that. And this whole piece can be glued like that. Oops. So let's stick this on the front. That can just flip. Squash that down. Pick on my bits of glue up. Lots of different glues I've got. I've even got my glue gun on, I think. No, I'm going to just turn that on because if I want to add a little bit of fabric or something, then I can glue that on. Oh, I do like that. Look at this. Look how lovely that is. Do you know what I mean? So we've got a nice little pocket at the front. So I think I'm going to just... Oh no, I won't collage that because we might have some bits left over. So let's have a look, guys. I'm going to put that to the side because I'm going to lose that in a minute. What do we have? We've used... I haven't used those bits. Let's just pop those there. Let's find some different bits. That's quite good, isn't it? I want it to look, got this little bit that we've, right, so if you want to make your pages just a little bit bigger, what should we do? Should we go, oh look, this is white. I don't like white. I wonder if I could make, should we make like a little tuck? Okay, I'm gonna do this. So that can stick on there, on that bit, and then this can come down like that. And we want to tear this piece off like that. Okay, so then this will give us an extra bit on this page. And then this can be, so I don't see the white, I'm going to stick that on there like that, glue down these two bits, and then we've got another little pocket in here. So let's take this on here. It's just looking at your papers differently, instead of just sort of like sticking on a pocket, you know, like that. You want to try and think of a different way to actually sort of like make the pocket, if you know what I mean. I'm gonna just stick another piece on there, I think, just to use up this little scrap. I'm gonna fold this in half if I can. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm going to fold that down. So I want to use up, you know, what we can. It's this side, isn't it? Stick that on. Chop that off. Right, this little bit we can stick somewhere, just so it's like a little accent piece. You can, I might actually do like a little challenge at some point next week. Yeah, I think I'll do like a little challenge for you. I'll have a little think and see. Let's pop some glue on here. Pop this down. Just stick that on. I will go in afterwards with the lovely bits of fabric and add those in. So there we go. How super simple is that? So that's just going to stick onto there like that, and then this side. Right, I'm going to stick this down so you know what I mean. I'm going to pop a little bit of glue on there and a little bit of glue down here, just down that side. There we go. Perfect. So that's the other side, and then this piece will stick down as a little pocket. A little bit of glue there. There we go. Make sure we're not sticking to the other side. There we go, that's lovely. So we've got an extra pocket in here, which is great. Oh, I do like that. And I think this side, should we do like a little flap or something? Yes, this is going to be a little bit chunky, I think. What we got? Should we just go with a bit of a plainer piece? This might be quite nice for the middle bit actually. Oh, let's go for a little bit of music paper. Do we need a little flap? Or should we have a little flap this way? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fold this over like that. This is going to stick on there. And then on this bit, I'm going to put, have I got any plain paper? What do I have in this pile here? I need some, well, that might do. That will do. Tell you what, I've got so much scrap paper. It's crazy. This we can write on. This we can write on, perfect. So I will stick a little bit of that. So this is a journaling spot then. Where's my ruler gone? Let's just tear that down. Put that on. Lovely. A little bit of glue. Just going to glue around the edges. There we go. And then we can journal on this piece, and I'm going to stick this piece down like that, so this will just flap up. Really very simple. Now again, if you have things like junk mail, you can use those as the base of your folio or journal, and then cover it with bits of scrap paper, and it will sort of like make it a little bit thicker. There we go. So then we've got that extra piece. So it's given us another sort of like page, basically. We'll see if we're going to put something on that. So that's that one. Love that. Love that, love that. So what should we do now? Let's take some of these little bits that we've got here. Make some extra little bits. So do we want anything on there? Unless I stick another piece of this on. So that's sort of like a little journaling spot on there, isn't it? Let's do that. We can do that quite simply. There we are. Then we've got lots more little bits of paper. Let's do, oh, I like that. That's got sort of like texture on it. Let's do this way. Again, I'm just going to go around the outside. So I don't want to make the paper too sort of like wet. And then we can embellish that in a minute with some bits and pieces. Put something on that. There we go. That just makes that a little bit thicker as well, which is nice. Okay, so that's that page. What should we do on this one? We have, I could do with a little bit of something down here. I might actually pop a little bit of fabric or something down there. Shall I do that now so I don't forget? Okay, I need to bring this in. I'm going to just show you some of the bits that are in here. This is just, I think this is sort of like leftovers from my desk, where this is stuff that I've used many moons ago, and bits from now, if you know what I mean, because that's quite new. That's a little bit of a, that's very autumn colours, isn't it? That's quite nice actually. And so is that. Oh, I like that. What's that? That's sort of Oh, that could be sort of autumny colours. Majority of my stuff is very sort of like pink and purple. But we want a little bit of sort of autumny colours. This is good. That's good. That's good. What else have we got in here? Oh, look, I got a little bow. I need to... Oh, that's quite nice. That would go in there, wouldn't it? A little bit of lace. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to bring in a little bit of darker colours. I got that little scrappy piece. Let's put that in there. Oh, look. That looks like a little bit of shiny. We like a little bit of shiny in there. What else have I got? Anything else? God, I've even got bits of paper in here. Oh, look, there's like a little... Oh, that would go. These little circles would go. We've got a little seam binding flower. That's one that's sort of coming apart, but I think that would probably go in there. And a green one. Oh, there's lots actually. That's a little bit of something or other, which will probably go in. Shiny. Let's see. Okay, that's good for now. That can go in. A little bit of lace. Oh, that's what I was using the other day. Okay, that looks pretty good, doesn't it? Let's see, what have I got? Should we pop a little bit of this along the bottom? Doesn't matter if it sort of like comes out, does it? Now, I'm sure you guys have got a tub of bits and pieces as well. Little leftover bits of fabric. Which side? So that'll be quite nice, so you can see that sort of hanging out the bottom, isn't it? But I think I'm going to put it this side, like that, and I'm going to use my glue gun. Let's bring her down a little bit. There we go. Just because it's sort of like a calico Hessian type of fabric, it's a little bit thicker. So I think a little bit of glue gun is pretty good to stick that on. Oh, I like that. I do like that. Should we put this piece here? Need to make something on there though, don't we? Could do with it being a sort of a little pocket. Unless I just have like a little paper clip up here to clip something on that, and then you could write on that bit. Maybe I'll do that. I'll stick that on there as well, I think, because that's quite nice. Oops. There we go. Lovely, lovely. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to round that corner. Like that. Should we ink this a little bit? Okay, that's that bit. I'm just going to go through some of the pages first, and then we can come back and embellish. So what should we do on here? We could do with another, oh, what's this? That's quite a nice colour, isn't it? Because that would go. That's got sort of that colour on that side, hasn't it? So we could actually pop this into here. Going to, if I stick that down, oh, it's white. Oh, I don't like white on the back. We're going to have to do the same sort of thing as we did on the other one. Yes, we do it this way. Let's fold this in half. What can we do with that? So we don't see the white. Can we fit that on there? we could glue those bits, couldn't we? Suppose I could slide that on and make a pocket here. Let's, oh, where's my little holy punch? What have I done? Oh, I got this one. I think this is going to be a bit of a longer video, guys. So let's just click that, pop that in. I made it a little bit too big. I think I might have made it just a little bit too big. I thought we could just do a nice quick video. It's alright, but we like to use up scraps, don't we? Okay, so what I'm going to do is this, I'm just going to glue this on there like that, so we can stick something in that side and something in the other. Do you think that will work? Let's give it a go. If it doesn't, then if it doesn't, it doesn't. We will make it into something else. I'm going to pop a little bit of glue along the bottom so it stays on. Okay, I'm going to put that like that. Attach that to there. That will work, won't it? So we've got a little card, so that goes in there like that, and that goes in there like that, so that's quite a big pocket. Oh, I like that. And then we can just round this off like that. And that's just a sort of, which way round, like that. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? I like that. I do like that. So we've got a funny little pocket there. Oh, good way of using up lots of little bits and pieces. Now, let's try and get rid of some of these. That's what we need to get rid of, the little bits. Actually, what I think in the moment, I'm going to just do the middle, just make some holes in here. So, oops. I'm going to make a hole in the top. Oh, just there. Okay, so that's on the outside, you can see that. And we'll pop a little bit of this in. So I'm going to put these on. What colour are those? Big ones. That will be good. I haven't got any many of the little ones. But they're not really that easy to get hold of, I don't find. Well, they don't quite fit. So let's just stick that in there. Open that up. Squeeze that down. There we go. Pop that in there. Squeeze that down. There we go. That out of the way. Then I'm going to take this, pop it through. I put the eyelets in there because it stops the paper ripping, because you don't want it to be, you know, to rip. And then I'm just going to, oops, do this up into a little knot, just to hold our little papers in. There we go. Cut those little bits off. This is really nice, sort of thin elastic. I don't really have any more of that. So we've got the little thingy bit there, and then we'll make a little notepad to go in there in a minute. Okay, so gosh, we are taking a long time today. I think I might. Should we? Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this piece. I'm going to fold that just like that in half. Pop it over the edge of the page. Let's see if we can just get this done without being too long a video. Look at that. I'm going to put that, because this is up this way. If I put it this way round, those are going down. Not that it really matters, but if I do that, that can be sort of like almost like a little up tuck, can't it? Or a little tuck in there like that. I think I might cut that around though. Don't quite like that little sharp bit. There we go. That's different, isn't it? It's a harder piece, and then that can just sit in there. And then this bit is another little tuck. Should we have another little tuck in this? I'm going to round these off as well. That looks a little bit better, doesn't it? With the little rounded corners. Okay, again I'm going to glue. We are going to glue all the way along this bit. Hit the top, hit the bottom, and then down through that bit. And sit that on there. There we go. Lovely. Look at that, I like that. And then we've already done that one. Oh, that's good. That's good. We've done that one. So let's just quickly do something with these. What other papers do we have on here? I've got this one, which is, I don't really want to do that. We need something a bit plainer. I suppose I could put it on this one, couldn't I? I suppose we could just have a little flip again. Oh, it's white. Uh-oh, it's white. We don't like white. And that one we can't because we've got that. This is a white on the back. Oh, that doesn't go. That doesn't quite go. That's not too bad. See, this is the trouble with my little offcuts. They are white on the back. Oh, that one's not. What's that one? That one is, but that's okay. This one's not. This one. We could do another page extension, couldn't we? Down there like that. Quite like these like that. Here's my little corner punch. And then you can fit bigger ephemera in there as well. So again, I could put that like that. And what I might do is just glue this bit actually. And then maybe I'll have a little, I'll bring it over this way a little bit so it comes to the edge there. Let's have a look. That's okay. I'm going to glue that on like that, and then I could have another pocket on this bit. Let's just, I'm going to just do a tiny little dint in there. Ink a little bit. Nice and inky. There we go. So then what I need to do is just go down there, don't I? I just pop a glue down this bit all the way to the bottom and along this bit. So that will glue to that bit, and then I just need to, let's see, let's put that on there like that. So that will glue to that bit. I need to glue. We'll do one side at a time, I think. Oh, I put my glue up the wrong way. Oops. There we go. That will go up there like that, and then we will glue this bit because we're not using that bit, are we? And then I need to glue down this bit. Do you think that's right? Oops. So this will sit there like that. And then that will sit there like that. Oh, I didn't want to stick that bit down, did I? Oh, I didn't. But I did on the other side. Yeah, I did on the other side. Never mind. Okay. That should be a little pocket down there. That's a little pocket there. That's a little tuck in there. That will be a long pocket. That I made a bit of a boo-boo, didn't I? Because then we've got two big pockets. So this, I suppose I could just, there we go. Let's not stick that down. Let's pretend I didn't stick that bit down, but those bits are. Lovely. Now what we can do for that, so I know that there's a pocket in there, I'm just going to fold this up like that. Is that going to fit? There we go. Lovely, lovely. So then we do have a pocket there. Oh, I like that. And then we have a pocket there. Oh, that worked, didn't it? So these are sort of like little extensions. These are extensions to sort of like put on your pages, aren't they? I like that. Last page, last page. What should we do? That's quite nice, isn't it? Let's have a little look. Oh, I like this. I do like this. Shall we use this or shall we use... We've got that on there, haven't we? That's sort of autumny colours, isn't it? What can we do on this one? Just put a normal little pocket in? I think so, unless I do a little flip up. Oh, we're white on there. Oh, should we do a flip up with this one? Let's do a flip up with this one. Me and my white pages. Let's tear that down. Let's make a little fold. Could actually pop that on that page, couldn't I? And then this will just flip up. I'm going to fold that up so we don't have any leftover paper, which we don't want. Let's ink this up. Like that. That could be sort of like a little uptuck actually, couldn't it? Like that. Okay. So this is going to go, actually I'm going to glue this because this is going to be a little pocket. This is a little pocket for our little flip up. And then I need to, will that glue? I might have to glue, I think I'm going to glue the whole thing down actually. There we go. Pop that on there. Like that. Then we've got a little pocket there, and then this flips up like that, so we can journal on there, and you could probably journal on there as well. And then we've got a pocket in there. Love it, absolutely love it. So let me just quickly do the front, and then what I'll do, I will embellish the inside, pop the little bits and pieces in, and then I will be back because we've been quite a long time doing this. Now let me find my little picture. Do you know, guys, I think I've lost it again. I think I've lost it. No, here it is. That was going on there, wasn't it? Like that. Let's just ink around here. That will sit on there. I'm going to stick some bits and pieces around here. Should do a little bit of a collage on the front underneath it. Like that. Put that on. So we have a little bit of ink on here. Put this on. Or maybe I'll quickly just do the little inside bit, and then I will come back and show you the finished one. Then that can just stick on there like that. Oh, I do like this. I think it's fabulous. So lots of scraps. Let's go this way. Stick that on. Okay, so what I'm going to do, oh, I love it. I think this is really, really lovely. So let's go to the middle bit. This is on middle bit. So we need to do a little page that's this. So you just come under your little eyelets in there. So we need some paper. We need some paper, don't we? I was going to use a piece of that. I'm going to go into here because I don't have any. I suppose I could put an envelope in there if it will fit. That can go in there. That's a bit can go in. That can go in. That can go in. There we go. Let's put these in there. So let's pop this. So we need to measure so it's underneath there and underneath that bit, like that, so that this fits through. Okay, let's base it on that piece. Pop that to the side. Wow, so we've got a little bit of card can go in there. Like that. A little bit of this can go in there. Let's just tear that down. Watch about our envelope. I think this is going to be too big. That's too big. That can go on. That can go on there. Look, we've got another one with Jessie's little footprints on there. Let's take a piece of this. Let's go this way. Like that. Perfect. That can go in there like that, and then we can have that one in there like that. This piece can go in there as well, so we can have all these little leftover pieces. This is a little leftover piece. All of these pieces. And I've got a little diddy bit there. Fabulous. So what I will do, I will sew that on the sewing machine, but not right this minute. I'm just going to pop that in there. You don't have to sew it because it will just sit in there anyway. Like that, but I will sew that in a minute. So that's going to be our little middle bit. So we've got lots of journaling on there, and then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go off quickly and then just embellish some of this, and then I will be back to show you the finished product. Because okay guys, so I have just finished it off. I've added all some little bits and pieces. I've made a little dingly dangly. Well, I haven't made one. This was one of my little mushrooms from the video yesterday. I've put some little charms on here. This looks like a little basket, so I thought that would look good. And I've got sort of like little bits of broken jewellery, and they're sort of like little charms that came off. So I've just put them in a little pot. I got so much stuff, jewellery bits, so I'll have to go through that with you as well. So that's little dingly dangly bits. I've added this down the front. And then I've added the ephemera. So we've got a little pumpkin card there, a little bit on there. I just paper clipped that on. This is about acorns. So that goes in there, and then I've just put my butterflies on there. These are all little bits that came out of my little scrap fabricy bits and pieces. And I've tied that onto there. A little bit of a cluster there. This is about conkers on there. Added a butterfly. I've got a pocket. This is what I was using the other day as well, which are little scrappy bits in there. So I've just added those onto that piece. You can still journal on that. You can journal on the back of these. So there's lots of journaling space. Although it's only small, got lots and lots of journaling space. This one, which is the Thanksgiving card, which is a big one like that, which is all about Thanksgiving. I've actually popped it over this whole piece like that. Pop that over like that, so it's almost like a little journal, a little writing spot. Popped that little paper clip on there, which I just stuck on some little seam binding flowers. Again, they were out of my little box. Oh, this one, the little funny little double pocket that I made, which does that. You can probably see it a bit better on this way. It opens up either side of this piece. So what I've done, I've just taken this card, which is about the pine cones, and I've slotted it in between like that. So it sits in between, if I can get it back in again now. Like that. So I think that looks really good. Oh, I can get it in. There we go. So that's like a little card. So I didn't have to sort of pop it on one side. It sort of like goes around it. So I like that. Little bit of lace on there. This is a little up tuck that we did. That's a little cluster. This opens up. I popped a little journaling card in there and a little sort of bow on there. This is the middle. This was the little journal. So I added a piece of, you know, card on there as well, just to sort of finish it off. Did a little cluster on there, and I've sewn it, just sewn it down through the middle. And then that can just pop on there, and then that's another lovely, oops, little journaling spot. Oops, I popped it into the pocket. There we go. So we got a lovely little journal in the middle, little scruffy one. This one is the little harvest. So what I've done, I popped that into the pocket like that, so it comes over the edge of the page. Popped a little paper clip on there. Little ruffle of fabric there, little pocket there. Love this dandelion, that's beautiful, so I had to pop that in. So I've just popped that over the edge of this page, this little small one here that we had. So I've just put one either side, and then just popped a little paper clip with a little bow on it. This one has got a little pocket. It turned out good. I liked that. I do like that. So that came out. And then the little thin one, I made another little sort of thing, which opens up like that. So it's, instead of having a tiny little thin bit to write on, I've just concertinaed it up and put it in like that, folded it up, and it fits in that little hole perfect. And then I added a little butterfly this side. And then on this one, I've just added I did add a pocket on this side, a couple of journaling cards, and this is the flip up. So we got this to journal on, and then I've added a little bit of one of my fussy cuts and the lovely apple, about the apple harvest. And this is the back page, and then you can do some journaling on there. So I absolutely love it. I think that's fab, and it's such a great way to make little folios out of your scrap paper. Fun. It was such a fun little project. So I hope you liked it. I hope you're going to give it a go. Obviously it doesn't have to be fall or autumn. You can do it in any style that you like. Eclectic, which is the thing that I really love to do, just mixing and matching different papers, which we all have. If you have lots of digital kits, you'll have lots of different ones that you can use. So loving it. So thank you so much for joining me. Do have a lovely rest of the day. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. All right guys, bye bye.